Hi everyone, today we're making a cookie classic that's perfect for the holidays or any time of the year. These are my Double Chocolate Crinkle Cookies. They're rich, fudgy, and beautifully crackled with a powdered sugar coating, but here is the best part. I'm going to show you how to prepare the dough ahead of time and freeze it so you can bake these cookies fresh whenever you want them. Whether you're planning ahead or just want to treat yourself, you'll love how versatile this recipe is. Stick with me to the end to learn all the tips and tricks for baking these cookies perfectly and storing them for later. All right, guys, let's get started. First, we're going to melt 1/2 cup of butter and 4 ounces of unsweetened chocolate squares together. You can do this in a microwave for 30 seconds at a time, stirring in between, or over a double boiler on the stovetop. Once the chocolate is almost completely melted and the chunks are smaller, I'd like to just let the butter chocolate mixture rest for a few minutes, and that usually finishes up the melting process without burning the chocolate. In a mixing bowl, add 2 cups of granulated sugar. Pour in your melted and cooled chocolate. Mix these together well. Next, add 4 room temperature eggs one at a time. If you forget to bring your eggs to room temperature, just place them in a bowl and let them sit in hot water for a few minutes. Add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract and beat everything together until it's smooth. In a separate bowl, mix together 2 cups of unbleached flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of our secret weapon, espresso powder. This amps up the chocolate flavor, but it is the perfect amount to not add a coffee taste. Add your dry ingredient mixture to the mixing bowl and stir until it's just combined. As you're mixing this, you may want to scrape down the sides of the bowl to make sure everything is incorporated. Give your bowl a quick stir and then fold in 1 cup of mini semi-sweet chocolate chips for an extra burst of chocolate in every bite. I love chocolate chip cookies, so this is an excellent marrying of your standard chocolate crinkle and chocolate chip cookie. Cover the dough and refrigerate it for at least 4 hours or up to 2 days. This step is key. The chilled dough is so much easier to handle. After your dough is chilled, use a 2 tablespoon cookie scoop to portion it out. Once you have enough dough portion for your baking sheet, roll each scoop into a ball. I find that coating my hands lightly in oil helps to keep the dough from sticking. Roll each ball in granulated sugar first and then in powdered sugar. I like to coat the cookies in granulated sugar first because I find this helps the powdered sugar stick to the dough better. If you want to get a head start on your holiday baking, you can freeze the dough ahead of time. To do this, you'll just coat your rolled balls in granulated sugar and flash freeze them on a baking tray until they're firm. Once they're frozen, you can transfer the dough balls to a freezer bag for storage. And when you're ready to bake them, you just need to take them out of the freezer and place them on a parchment-lined baking tray and let them thaw for about 1 hour. Then you'll roll them in powdered sugar right before you bake them. Baking these puppies right away. Place your coated cookies about 2 inches apart on your parchment-lined baking tray. I love using silicone mats for baking, but parchment is so important for this recipe. The sugar coating will not stick to parchment paper, unlike silicone mats. Once all your dough balls are coated, bake in a preheated 350-degree Fahrenheit oven for 10 to 12 minutes. After many years of making these, I know my cookies take exactly 11 minutes to bake. You'll know that they're done when the edges are set, but the centers still look a little soft and puffy. And that's how we get that perfect fudgy texture. Let your cookies cool on the baking sheet for about 5 minutes, and then you'll transfer them to a wire rack to cool completely. If you're not planning on eating these cookies right away, you can store them at room temperature in an airtight container for up to 4 days. You can also freeze your baked cookies. Just store them the same way, and you can freeze them for up to 3 months. And there you have it, beautiful, fudgy, chocolate-filled crinkle cookies. Thank you so much for baking with me today. These cookies are such a treat that looks as good as they taste. They're perfect for gift giving, holiday parties, or just a cozy night at home with a cup of coffee or milk. If you enjoyed this recipe, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my upcoming recipes. For a printable version of this recipe, along with more tips, check out the link to my blog post in the description below. And I'd love to hear how your cookies turned out. So drop me a comment below and let me know. Until next time, happy baking. And remember, every day is a good day to rise and bake. See you soon.